It has taken an entire week, but it is finally finished, and I spent $0. Let's take a look at my craft room. So my craft room is a 9x20 add-on to my catering kitchen. I purchased a 16x40 metal building and finished it out myself on the inside, and then we added this on for my craft space. It has seen 3 different layouts in 3 years, I believe. The first couple functioned okay for just a little while, not long term. The more I worked in it, the more I realized that I needed actually more workspace. So I utilized all the wall space from floor to ceiling and the center of the room. There's not a lot of walking room around the center, but it's enough. It's enough for me to have some bar stools and get in here and get some work done. Okay, as you can see, this is a total disaster. This is the first layout that I did as soon as I put the building together. It is a mess. Total and complete mess. This area right here is a drop zone for absolutely everything. There are so many different things that don't even belong in my craft room that are here. I'm showing you right there that my craft room is 20 foot long by 9 foot wide, and like I said earlier, it's attached to the side of my catering kitchen. Up top in the white baskets is my first attempt at storing ribbon. It did not work. That shelf in the back is something that I built for my very first craft room, and it is still here today. You'll see it coming up. I have kitchen cabinets in a U shape, and my countertops are actually hollow core doors that I found for $10 a piece. You cannot find countertops for that price, so I jumped on it. On the very back wall, you'll see cubbies that didn't work and all of my homecoming mom stuff hanging up on the wall along with my Christmas. This is the second layout, and although this functioned a little bit better for storage, it did not function for workspace. See where my Cricut is in the back? That countertop just caught absolutely everything. I kept my ribbon shelf in because it functions perfectly. And then I tried to get as much storage on the walls as possible. Put my desk in there. Thought about combining my craft space and my office. But as you can see, there is no room for anything. I've got stuff piled on the floor. It's just not working. There's not a whole lot of actual workspace either. So whenever I bring stuff in, it just goes in a bag and drops on the floor. These cabinets were not functioning right for me, so in my redo, I just removed those completely. You can't really, it's not usable space. So yeah, there's my drop zone. This is the only workspace that I was using, and there is my ugly storage. I thought that I could put stuff behind this curtain and hide it. Well, that didn't work. I decided to put my florals in a shoe organizer. That worked really well, but in the new space, I didn't have any place to put it, so you'll see what I did with that coming up. This is the the ugly storage. Now, I know I've told y'all I am a very visual crafter. If I don't see it, I don't use it, and I end up buying more of it. So all this stuff being hidden back here is just not conducive for my type of crafting. I also put all of my homecoming mom stuff up, and it stayed put up, but the problem is I had no space to put it whenever I needed to use it during homecoming season. That's changing. All this stuff up here is empty storage containers. Yeah, too much. So now on to the new craft space. Here we go. The back door that leads out to my home. And this is where the ugly storage was, y'all. I had to reach around inside, in between stuff on shelves to get to my light switch for this room. No longer have that. Easily accessible. These are all of my blanks. Most of this stuff is from Dollar Tree, y'all. I have a slight problem collecting craft supplies. Drawers down here that have wood blanks and Christmas ornaments and fabric flowers down in there. Some things that I purchased from the Goodwill to redo. And lots of wood items. Y'all, these are all Dollar Tree signs standing up on their end. Picture frames, framed art from the Dollar Tree, some from the Target Dollar Spot. Yeah. I hung up all of my wreaths. And these are just hung on, let me see if I can show you up here. This is a shelf bracket that I hung upside down, and I bent the end up so stuff wouldn't come off. Perfect. Works perfectly. I do have this rod. I don't have much from IKEA, but I have, I believe, 4 of these rods right up here that I got years ago. And I will use that to hang my mums whenever they're finished. Just some larger, bulkier items down here. And some longer floral stems that would not fit in my floral storage. My water heater is right back here. So this cabinet is movable where I can get to it and flip the breaker if I need to. And inside this cabinet is some glassware, candle holders, things like that, some more blanks. I used to house my spray paint and stuff in there. No longer. I'll show you where I store that now. Just stuff to make stuff with. The bottom is more of the same. I've got some lanterns down here, candles, things like that. Yes, those are empty shell casings. Don't know what I'm going to do with those, but they're brass, so yeah. Lots of metal containers from the Dollar Tree. I use those for cookie bouquets. This sign, I believe I got that at Hobby Lobby. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So what happens in the craft room stays in the craft room. Okay, and this y'all, this is my favorite view right here. Let me turn it around. That's my catering kitchen right there. Look. I've got everything up on the walls. I've got my center island. I about tripped, but that's okay. This island I built with 2x3 cubbies. I have one on each end, and this is a hollow core door. I've got some shelf liner on the top. I believe I got this at the 99-cent store. It's not the best quality, but I'm not ready to paint it just yet, so I'll leave that on there until it's time to paint. Speaking of paint, I got this cart at Michael's for $30 a while back. This has got all of my chalk paint on top with a little bit of acrylic, some more acrylics, some more cans of paint and stain, and then all of my spray paint on the bottom. This set of cubbies here is all homecoming mom stuff. Those are, I don't even remember what's in there, y'all. I'll have to look. Flowers. Down here are all the letters, curling ribbon, stuff like that. I believe those are, well, let me just show you what these are. I can't remember what they're called. Oh well, y'all know what they are. Okay. In my previous layout, I put up all my homecoming mom stuff. If y'all don't know what homecoming is, look it up, y'all. It's a southern thing, and we go a little crazy. But I put it all up. In my brain, I was thinking that homecoming is just a couple of months out of the year. I needed to leave the space open for stuff that I could make all year. But when I put it all up, I didn't have any place to put it when it come homecoming time. So I figured I'd bring everything back out. I built this shelf years ago in my previous craft room. And it's perfect for homecoming mom ribbon. And I've got other kinds of ribbon on there as well. These 3 carts are full of homecoming mom trinkets and bling and ribbon scraps that I use for points. All kinds of stuff. I've got some beads in there. I forgot to hang up my cross. Y'all, this cross was made by a man who is legally blind. Is that not beautiful? All of these ribbons on top I use for moms hanging trinkets, making tiny bows, things like that. So all of this is homecoming related. As you can see, I've got all kinds of ribbon on the walls. I made these with curtain rods, the cheap curtain rods you get at Walmart. I think these were like $1 a piece. And I mounted them onto some old shelving boards that I covered with some contact paper. Turned out great. Works perfectly for what I need. These, when I say trinkets, this is what I'm talking about. It's just plastic things that go on homecoming moms. Like I said, if you don't know what it is, look it up. I've got a homecoming mom, a video on here from last year's homecoming moms. All these drawers came from the Dollar Tree, y'all. There's a lot of drawers. I've got some more stuff down here in these drawers that I need to put in there. That's going to happen hopefully today. I just need to get everything out and organized. I have some containers with some beads and some beading stuff. These are all fabric down here. Over here is fabric and loose ribbon. This container, and I don't even remember where I got it, is almost full of, it's not almost full, it's about half full of bling in these tiny little containers. Super cute. Now if I could just remember to get it out and use it. That fits right on top of one of these drawer units. Over here Y'all, I'm a gardener. I love my little watering cans. These are wood items. Stuff from Dollar Tree and King Dollar and the 99-cent store and Walmart and Hobby Lobby and Michael's, wherever I can get them. My miter saw and miter box. More wood items. Down here, there's some office supplies in here, and then all of my scrapbooking paper. I do not scrapbook, but I definitely use that for crafting. All of my taller wood pieces are in a metal bucket down here next to my desk. Back up. Y'all, red's my color. I love red. So this is my desk. And of course more ribbon storage. These are just shelf hangers turned upside down, shelf brackets. I kind of bent them at an angle to keep these 1x6 boards at an angle so my ribbon would not roll off. And these are more curtain rods from Walmart. And I just put some, these are plant hangers, I believe, from the Dollar Tree to brace them up. More shelving over here. Got my, what are those? Feather boas and just some other bulk red ribbon and things like that up top. And this shelf right here is my garden. Those are my seeds. Some seeds that I saved on the top. Of course, my Baker Creek seed catalog. And down here, of course, is more scrapbooking paper. There are some scrapbooks there that I've started and didn't finish a long time ago. More office supplies and storage there. These are all of my rolls of contact paper and my transfer tape and brown paper and things of that nature. This, I got this at Aldi's supermarket down here. They have really good deals, but these were $30. Super inexpensive. And I have that whole top drawer is my glue, sewing, miscellaneous stuff, rub-on transfers and stickers. That's more miscellaneous. Extra glue guns and things down here. Up top is a lot of stuff that I use to just hang things on the wall. This is beading wire. I've got fishing line in there. That's magnetic tape. Jute twine. Got some hunches back here and some other miscellaneous stuff. I need to really go through that. This is extra paintbrushes, and down here is a lot of just natural elements. Most of this stuff came from King Dollar and Blenheim. Okay, I put my Cricut on here. In the last layout, my Cricut was on a counter, and that counter became a catch-all, and I wasn't able to use my Cricut as much as I wanted to, so I put it on something that couldn't catch anything but my Cricut. So all I have to do when I want to use my Cricut is plug it in and open it up. There's no room to put anything in front or behind, so this will be available for my use when I want to. I have my long Cricut ruler right here with it, and I have my mats hanging on the side here. I don't remember where I saw this hack, but it is amazing. When you first get your Cricut mats, take a piece of washi tape and put it on the outside of the cover That way, when you get ready to put the cover back on, you put the right side up against your sticky mat, and you won't transfer any grit or dirt or anything else. You have the right side attached to it. So I did that on all of my mats, and it works perfect. This area right here is where I have most of my adhesives, all of my Cricut tools, baby wipes, alcohol, pencils, pens, markers, things like that up there. Of course, cleaning wipes. And then down here, there's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go into every single thing, but these are my my cutters. That is a glass cutting mat. My Cricut Easy Press. These are chenille stems. I call them pipe cleaners. I use those anytime I make bows, attaching anything to just about anything. This is containers with, this just has flowers and things like that. I have 2 washi tape containers down here. I use the washi tape not like it should be. Here's all the pipe cleaners. I use a ton of them. Here's a second one. I use it for decorating things and for holding things in place when I need it to easily come off. Alright, some plastic items from Dollar Tree down there as well. These bottom 4 drawers have ribbon in it, and it's separated by color. And then I actually have all of my sports themed down here. And then of course I have them by stripes and by the chevron, animal print, and miscellaneous, things like that. This is not a lot, just my plugs. Down here I have my plastic cutting mats that I used to paint on, my calendars from the Dollar Tree, my ribbon forms, not forms, they measure ribbon out. I made those. Cork sheets, my books with some of my orders in it for homecoming, and a couple of clipboards. These are some more painting supplies, more plastic containers. Don't ask me why I bought those. I thought they were cute. Alright, up top here, beads, bling, safety pins for mums. These are wrist corsage. These are for your wrist. I make wrist mums. And then these are for rings, to make ring mums. Things for hair bows. Felt. I use felt a lot as well. On top here I have all of my painting, my paintbrushes that I use all the time. This is my bucket of scissors and tweezers and a metal punch. Just, this is my, what I use to craft all the time. Paintbrushes, some already pre-cut chenille stems. My sewing machine, I can actually take my sewing machine and just place it right on top of my island and work from there. This is a very large silicone mat that works really well so I don't mess up my surface. Had to put my pictures back up, and then of course I have more hanging storage here. These are wall stickers, most of these are. And then just regular stickers over here. Some hanging metal signs to use to make whatever. We back up over here. I took all of my flowers out of the shoe racks and I put them all in these plastic bins on top of this shelf. So these are up and out of the way, but I can still see what I have. This is an 8-foot long shelf. And then on top of here, that's 2 more feet. So I have 10 feet all the way around, or all the way down for my flower storage. This set of cubbies here, this is my, what is that, yarn? These are lights. 3 of these have lights in them. I use a lot of lights on my homecoming mums and in crafting. These are mop heads. I'll be doing something with those, just don't know what. This next box is full of, I think there is raffia, and these are the grass skirts from the Dollar Tree. This one has Easter and Valentine foam items in here. Crinkle paper. This I use in my cookie bouquets and things like that. Tissue paper, napkins, and some gift bags. Down here is styrofoam. And what do I have down here? More styrofoam. What else? I did not show you down here. This is all burlap. Jute and rope. And all of this is fabrics. And these are napkins and things like that. Down here I have my Epsom salt and rocks and my happy planner down here, which I haven't used. All right, last area. I'm lying, not the last area. This is another cart from Aldi, and this has all of my tools in it, and it just slides right underneath my island. So the everyday tools that I use, finger protectors, things like that, all of my blades, more tools. These are all of my staples, chalk, zip ties and batteries, other different tools that I don't use all the time. Down here is a lot of fasteners and more clips back up top. These are all my hand tools. More hand tools, paddle bits, excuse me. All of my staplers. Sanding blocks. This is the adhesive drawer. This is double-sided tape. And down here is my big stapler, my old flat iron that I use to iron ribbon, an electric stapler, drill bits, more staples, and screws. And on top, I have my Pro Bow with my ribbon holder and my Easy Bow Maker. Now, let me move this out of the way. That slides right under and it keeps it out of the way. Let's do a little bit over here and we will be done. This is what I use to hang my wreaths on so I can see what they look like when they're hanging. It sits on top of my table and then I can decorate it how I want. I made this. This screws down to my table in the back and it holds my homecoming mums where I can work on them hanging instead of laying down. These plastic bins are full, y'all. Let me move this out of the way. Lots of Christmas. Christmas is my absolute favorite time of the year. Lots of Christmas stuff. Most of this stuff came from Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. These are my plastic ornaments. What's down here? These are all of my placemats that I used to make pillows and things like that with. This top drawer is got metal words and things. Up here, more stickers. I need to go through those. And more of the wood stickers from the Dollar Tree. The next one, these need to go up top. See, sometimes I just put stuff and it's not where it's supposed to be. All right, in here I believe I have a lot of placemats and these self-adhesive foil deals for that you get at Dollar Tree for the wall. I've got lettering, more of the peel and stick wall stickers, and a lot of the window clings that I use for crafting, or that I buy to use for crafting and probably don't use. More wood items. This is Christmas and I believe fall. Oh, there's my beads. Yeah, all kinds of stuff in there. And, oh, that one's heavy. That's all full of wood. And I didn't realize I had all this stuff. I need to go through these. I just put them over here out of the way. All right, this last one. Ribbon. Polka dots. I used to make hair bows and things like that. I still can. I have a granddaughter. Self-adhesive bling. Use that a lot for homecoming. This is, I forgot what it's called. And fabric flowers. So, I believe that may be it. There's a lot of stuff here. I can't believe I went through it that fast. Okay, that is my new craft space. I am going to utilize the island in the middle to go through and refill my trinket drawers and do some detailed sorting in some of these drawers and make sure things are where they're supposed to be, where I can find them. It's kind of like Christmas. You see what you have that you've forgotten about. So I'm going to go through and do that detailed sorting and putting things out, get ready for homecoming season. I hope you enjoyed my craft room tour. If there's something that, some storage that you want to see how to do, just let me know. And I will see y'all soon. Bye.